Hi, I'm Arthur Goodridge and I'm here with my class, and we're going to take you through what we do in class for the preliminary exercises to learning Tai Chi Chuan. Okay, so class, let's start. You're sitting with the feet flat on the floor, hands resting on your legs, your eyes are closed. Your mouth is slightly open, relaxing and releasing your mouth, jaw, and tongue. As your body relaxes, you still want to have a sense of lightness, so you don't want to collapse. You want to have a sense of lightness and floating. Breathing gently and quietly. As you exhale, allow any feelings of tiredness, tension, disease, or negative emotions to leave your body, drift into space, and dissolve. As you inhale, allow healing, relaxing, happy energy to enter your body and circulate freely. Gently, quietly, and effortlessly, renewing your body as you breathe. Know that as you breathe, your body is being effortlessly renewed. Now begin coming back. As you open your eyes, allow the gaze to be soft and relaxed. We're developing a relaxed softness in your body, even as using your eyes in a soft way. Having a sense of lightness as you sit. Not compressing, but light. From the sitting meditation, we're going to go to standing meditation. Okay, so we'll stand for a few moments and I'll talk you through that. So let's everyone stand. As you stand, I want you to look down at your feet. Make sure they're both parallel to each other and about hip or shoulder width apart. Your hands are by the side of your legs with the palms facing back, and your eyes are closed. Now bend your knees a little bit, not a lot, and have the weight passing through the ankles and heels. This helps release any stress in the quads. Again, your mouth is slightly open, and having a sense of lightness and floating. Creating what I call the helium balloon body. I talk about that on the DVD set more in detail. But for now, just think of your body as being a helium balloon floating effortlessly. As you float effortlessly in your mind, go to a beautiful, relaxing, healing place. It can be real or imaginary. If you can't think of a place to go, enjoy being where you are, floating effortlessly. This standing meditation sets the stage for entering into the preliminary exercises as well as the Tai Chi form. So like giving you a baseline of how you want your mind and your body to be as you do your movement. Having a sense of lightness and floating. Now begin coming back once again. As you open your eyes, allow the gaze to be soft and relaxed. And then let's sit once again. Hands resting on your legs. Your eyes are closed. Your mouth is slightly open. Continue to have that sense of lightness and floating, the helium balloon body, as you sit. And again, begin coming back. You can move your fingers and toes. As you open your eyes, allow the gaze to be soft and relaxed. So that's the short version of what we do in class. So let's just go through and introduce yourself. We'll start to my far right.
Barry Westerman.
Ron Douglas.
Yeah. Some of my students have been studying with me for close to 25, 30 years, and we have a new student with Ron here. So there's a whole range of students here. But what I say to all my students is that what you learn in the first class is what you learn throughout my teaching. So the basic sitting, standing, and then we'll get into the preliminary exercises. It's the first thing you learn, and we constantly are coming back to the principles that you learned right in the first class. So let's continue we're going to start with walking. So everyone's standing. And we're just going to take a couple of steps forward. So basically I want you just to take 3 steps forward and 3 steps backwards. Just go ahead and walk the way you usually walk. And then come backwards, just walk backwards. Now don't change anything, look at your feet. Don't change anything, okay? Most of you are going to have your feet slightly turned out. That's how most people walk, okay? And then with the Tai Chi walking that I teach, I work with keeping the feet parallel to each other and the knees slightly bent. And that way you're going to work the muscles in the legs more evenly, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate it first, and then we can do it together, okay? So the knees are slightly bent, and I'm going to shift to one side. Again, although I might talk about muscles, etc., I still want you to think about your body as being a helium balloon, okay? So you're floating from one side, the foot floats in and out, heel touches, foot all the way down. As I shift the weight forward, I raise my rear heel, and then I float through. Heel touches first, foot down, float through. The moment I start shifting the weight forward, I bring up that rear heel, and I keep the supporting knee bent throughout. That's going to work the big muscles in the leg, okay? And then when I shift back, the rear knee is bent, again working the muscles in the leg, float through, touch. If I were to put my foot down, my foot would be turned out. I touch with the toes, turn the heel out, and I roll down, keeping the feet parallel to each other. Toes touch, turn the heel out, and roll down. All right, so first we're going to just walk forward, okay? So let's try that together. I'm going to get a little bit in front of you. Let's all shift to the left leg. The left knee is bent. The right foot floats in and then out. Heel touches, foot down, roll forward. Keep the supporting knee bent, comes in, out, heel touches, foot down, roll forward. Do that on your own now. Continue. In the beginning, you might find yourself looking down at the floor to see if your feet are parallel to each other. But eventually you're going to do this with the gaze horizontal to the ground so that you're not looking down, but you're taking in your environment as you do this walk. Okay, let's just stop. Let's move back again. Just step back again. And let's do that again. Feet are parallel to each other, hip or shoulder width apart. And again, shift to the left side and begin. And go at your own pace. So when you're going forward, it's always going to be heel first, foot down, and then roll forward. Having a sense of the leg floating in and out. So you want your whole body to be able to float and have a consistent pace. Slow. And as you do this, you might find yourself losing your balance. And I'll talk about that in a minute, okay? Okay, let's step back again. I'm going to do that again. Whenever you're standing or moving, we're in a process of losing and regaining our balance, okay? Everybody. If it takes a long time to regain your balance, then you're going to look clumsy. If you can regain your balance quickly, then you're moving smoothly. Now, when we do Tai Chi, particularly this walk, we're slowing things down so everything's going to be exaggerated, well, more or less put under a magnifying glass. So when you move in and you have that knee bent and it's moving, you might feel you're unstable, okay? That might have to do with weakness in the legs, your sense of where you are in space. So when you're just walking, you don't think about that, okay? But when you slow it down, everything gets exaggerated, and then you really see if those muscles are shaking, if you're losing your balance, etc. If that's happening, that's fine, okay? Just let it happen over a period of time. The muscles will get stronger, and the movement will get smoother. The other thing you want to think about is tempo. If I'm walking like this, okay, I want to be consistent in that tempo, okay? If I'm walking like this, I want to be consistent in that tempo. So what you want to look at when you're doing the Tai Chi is if you start here and then you suddenly move like that, okay? Often when you make a quick movement, it's because you think you're going to lose your balance. And what I suggest is that you lose your balance but maintain the consistency of the motion so that you're training your neuromuscular system to stay consistent and train the body so that it will adapt and strengthen in a way so that you can move slowly and consistently. Okay, so let's try it one more time. Walking forward. I often just begin when you're ready. I often say that this is a race and whoever comes in last wins. The slower the better.